Hey guys. In today's video, I'm gonna be going over my plan that I have to create my summer wardrobe. I feel like for these type of things, it's important to have a plan, but also it's really fun and spontaneous if you just make things as you feel like it. I don't think it's that serious, but I definitely wanted to try to plan things out more because I'm definitely more of a spontaneous sewist. Let's just go over everything that I'm going to be creating for my summer wardrobe on a budget. Most of the things that I'm going to be making are based on some summer trends that I've been seeing, like the colored turquoise, the colored coral, deep cut tops, capris, fold over items. As you guys can see, I'm obsessed with a low front top, you know, a little lace bra peeking out. It's such a cute accessory. I think every single one of the tops that I'm going to be making have a low front top. The first top I'm going to make is a V-cut, like ruched quarter-length sleeve top that I've been seeing by the brand Mode Mischief. Their brand, I believe, is Australian based, and they've been doing pretty well. They have 2 stores or 1 store in the US, definitely one in New York, I know of that. Anyway, they have so many different things, and honestly a couple of the items that I'm making in my like little series inspired by their brand. I love it. It's so perfect, so cute, so chic, and honestly very versatile. I know they focus on creating like timeless vintage inspired wardrobe pieces, and I feel like that's just like me. I also wanted to mention that the tops on Mode Mischief range from $70 to $170. I do want to create the dress version of the long sleeve top as well, and on their website that's $169. If you got it, definitely support, but my pockets right now, they need to stay full on my body, and I can't be spending $169 on a dress. I can't. Like, that is comical to me right now, the way that things are going in the world. Like, no. So we're gonna make it. I need to find fabric for that. I'm either gonna thrift for fabric, go to the fabric store, or go to like a store like Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Michael's, someplace that has fabric. I already checked Hobby Lobby and I did not find anything, so we're still on the hunt for fabric. It's definitely gonna be a journey because it's very specific. I want the tops to be in a specific color palette, the trendy colors of the summer, like I said, like turquoise or mint green or Tiffany blue. I don't even know the difference, but you know what color I'm talking about. Coral. I also really want to do maybe like a light muted baby blue or like a dull muted color. I think those colors are also kind of chic. Yeah, and then also the weight of the fabric, flow of the fabric is going to really matter for what I want to make, so that's important. I already drafted like the pattern pieces and everything, and I made the pattern, so I'm going to show you guys that later on in the video. The next top I have is super low. It's going to be super low. It's going to cross in the front, and it's going to have like one of those waistbands on the bottom, so it can be like a little bit gathered and, I don't know, billowy, is that the word? Like fluffy a little bit. I don't know how to explain it, but of course I'm going to have the picture. This one, I don't know the specific brand that this comes from. It can be styled similarly, bra, you know, all that. It's super flattering as well, so I'm excited. On Pinterest, I saw this top in butter yellow and like a purple color. The purple color is really screaming my name, and I don't even wear purple, but summer is all about wearing colors, you know, introducing colors into your day-to-day life. Obviously, like, I'm a neutral girl, so I had to have the black in here with this super bright pattern top that I really wouldn't wear on a day-to-day basis, but it's summertime, so it's fun. We're gonna bring out our halter tops, low cut top, and also I feel like these tops can be worn to the beach as well and still like show off your bikini and have like a cute cover up that's still flowy and breezy and nice. It's just gonna be so good, guys. I can't wait to make these, and I already know myself, when I like something, I make it in multiple colors, so I'm definitely gonna be on a frenzy when it comes to these, especially because I have a pattern for it. It's gonna just be so easy to replicate it. And the last top I'm gonna be making is gonna be inspired by Mode Mischief again. It's a cropped V-neck button in the middle, like very cute. Definitely good to layer if we want to bring it into the next seasons with like a longer tank top underneath, but right now for sure I'm gonna wear it as a crop top and have my belly out and my low ride capris pants or something. I don't know. It's gonna be good though. I need stretchy, flowy. One of them has to be mint green, Tiffany blue, whatever color that we're calling it. I need it. I need one of these items to be one of those colors. Definitely not the long sleeve top. I think I really want it to be the crop top for sure, just to replicate the brand and the inspiration as closely as I can. Or coral, because those are the two colors that I saw on their website that they have, and it's just so cute. I need it. I need like a little statement crop top colored item, and it's small, so like if you don't wear color, it's cropped, it's small, it's not too much color as if you're wearing a full length long sleeve mint green top, you know what I mean? I also do have to add in a bottoms because I'm like going top crazy right now, and I decided to go with a combination of all of my favorite types of bottoms: capris, fold over, and gaucho, which is not my favorite, but it's definitely a trend right now. So we're combining 3 trends and creating the ultra trend pant. And honestly, it's gonna be easy. I've made fold over pants before, I've made crease before, so I think I'm good. I just need to find the fabric. And I'm really trying not to go to the fabric store because it's definitely a lot more cost effective if I thrift like a really big long dress or something else to, you know, transform it into. But it's just like I'm thinking about the colors, the flow of the fabric that I need. It's definitely gonna be a challenge. So I might have to make that into a separate video, finding the material and then making everything into another video. You guys might hate me for that, but I think it needs to be done. Like, I really do. I think we can drag this out and make it a 3-part series. I already recorded showing the pattern, so let's just cue that clip. So the first thing I did to kind of visualize the shape of the pieces that I would need is draw them out. And then I also found a clothing item that I had that was similar to what I was trying to create, so that I can kind of gauge the shape of the pieces as well and use that to trace for my new pattern pieces. So for example, this one I wanted the front to cross over a little bit more, and the sleeves I wanted them to be shorter and also flare out on the end. And then for the dress, I just wanted it to be similar to this dress, except I wanted the bottom to flare out a little bit more, and I would just extend my previous pattern pieces for the top and just add a longer bottom. For the crop top, I used this crop cardigan that I had. It's obviously going to be cropped even more than this original one, and the sleeves as well. For the gauchos, I have a bunch of fold over pants, so that was pretty simple for me to find something that I like the shape of. They were going to be making them like 10 or more inches shorter, and the bottom's going to flare out a little bit more. And lastly, the super low plunge top, drawing it out again, making some notes of where I want the gathering, how I want it to be connected in the back, and then I'm using a shirt that I already have to figure out what adjustments I need to make to it to make it like my vision, like my drawing, and like my Pinterest board. After drawing and gathering the tops that I need to replicate, I got some scrap fabric and I used that to cut out my pattern pieces. I also marked them, the size and which part of the top it is, so that I know, even though it's pretty obvious. Honestly, most of them were pretty easy to make. Like, this top is really only made up of a sleeve, a front, and a back, so it's really 3 pattern pieces. The sleeve, I kind of just had to maneuver it to get the proper shape, but I'm sure there's a better way to do this. And yeah, after I traced out all the pieces, I did that with all of the clothing items, and then I cut them out. Again, I'm using this fabric because I just don't see myself using it for anything else, so I'm just putting it to use by using it for my pattern pieces instead of paper. It'll last longer, and in my head it's smart. Cheers. I did my due diligence and I made the patterns to all of the items that we're going to be sewing. I'm still a beginner at pattern making. It is a lot of work to make a pattern, but anyway, let's run through it. I usually use this scrap fabric that I have. When I bought it, I intended on using it. This is when I first started sewing, but I've grown a lot, my style has changed a lot, and it's just not really something that I would personally like to use in my project, so I just use it for pattern pieces. I'm making a crop top. This is gonna be the 2 front pieces, so we're gonna have one on this side like this, and then another on this side like this. This is gonna be the sleeve, a very cutesy tiny little sleeve. We'll see how that works. And this is gonna be the back piece. If you want to save paper or fabric, you can just only do it by halves and just mark that you need to cut it on a fold to get the full back piece. So yes, that's the crop top. I use different fabrics just so that it doesn't get confusing on what goes with which item. Very smart of me. This is gonna be the low front top, low front cross top. I don't really know what to call it, but it's gonna go a little bit something like this. It is supposed to have gathering, so I didn't really account for that when I cut this out. That might, I don't know, I don't think it will be an issue, honestly. And it's gonna be two, one on each side, like that. And this is the piece that's gonna be cinching on the bottom. You can just use your measurements, use different tops that you have, literally get creative, do what you gotta do, and get it done. And this, I'm excited for the little long sleeve top. I really hope it comes out cute. But this is the back piece. See, this I cut out the full back, but it would kind of just be easier to cut on fold and just only cut out a little piece so it's not a huge pattern piece. It doesn't matter. And I also added the little V in the back, which I think will be cute. I didn't want to do it too deep because I didn't want the top to fall off too much. And we have two front pieces like this. This is the front torso piece to connect the two boob parts. And this funky little thing, the bell bottom, is the sleeve. We're gonna see how good my pattern making skills are. Lastly, these are the gauchos. I think I kind of made this part a little bit too dramatic. I might shave it down a little bit because if the fabric's not flowy enough, it's gonna be like very noticeable. But if I use droopy enough fabric, it's kind of gonna be perfect, I think. We'll see, I guess. And I try to make it low rise, so I think I'm gonna cut down this back piece a little bit more. And this is the waistband. So this is the front panel. I put it like a little bit below my knee, and it's gonna be two of those like that, and then waistband. You'll see. I'm gonna need to fold it on both folds so that I have like a double lined piece like this. And this is the back. The back is a little bit longer at the top to account for the cheeks, but I think it's a little bit too long. We'll see. Honestly, guys, I think it is super easy to recreate things if you have other things in your closet that you can copy. It's like the easiest way of pattern making, in my humble opinion. It made it so much easier because I didn't really have to use a lot of measurements of my arm, my body, this and that, because I had items that I tried on and I was like, okay, wait, I want to take 4 inches off of the hem of this and this piece in this shape and make it into this shape to make how I actually want it to be. So I'm super excited to actually get into fabrics and figure out what I'm gonna do with all of these patterns. And one thing I really like about making patterns is once you have it, you have it, and you can make it in so many different fabrics. You can hack it, is what they call it, but it's literally, you can just alter it to make it something else, add a little bit something longer here, shorter there, crisscross. It's like a really good basis to have. Just like with the pants, I can make that into shorts. I can just cut the length off a little bit. If I make it longer, I can make longer pants with it. And the top is what I'm gonna use to make a dress. I'm just gonna use one of the dresses that I have, lay it flat, extend it when I'm cutting it out. Instead of doing a short top, I have 2 patterns in one. So get into it. Well, thank you guys so much for being here, listening to me yap about fashion, sewing, patterns, and everything. I really hope you guys enjoy this type of content because we are going to be shifting. I'm definitely not letting go of thrifting, but we need a little something more productive happening over here. So pull a chair up, pull a seat up, pull your notebook out. We are getting into sewing, okay? We're getting into it. Like I said, my plan is to do a 3-part series as long as I put the videos out in a timely manner and not too far apart. I think it'll be fun to watch the journey. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you when I'm shopping for my fabrics.